It is an emergency. If you watch this video today, just know that the world is already dying and that we truly need to come together to save the environment because it is an emergency. Hi guys, I'm Bertha. So this is a very important video and I'm just going to dive right into the topic today, which is climate change and what is truly happening to the world. Some people can bravely, valiantly throw such a point saying that climate change is a fake thing. But for your information, more than 12,000 scientific papers have actually proven that more than 97% of scientists agree that climate change is real and it's already happening today and it started way before. Every waking second, the world is actually getting hotter and hotter. So I'm going to debunk what is truly happening, what are the effects, and how we could actually help to minimize or slow down climate change. So when I actually was pursuing my bachelor's degree in environmental science and management about 6 years ago, I came across the topic climate change. So this one lecturer, he was actually debunking about climate change and about greenhouse gases. For your information, greenhouse gases are the gases that actually traps the heat within the earth. So that means the more greenhouse gases that are actually present in our atmosphere, the more heat will be trapped and the world is going to be so hot because no heat can actually be released out or reflected out from the earth. The example of greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane gas, nitrous oxide, and so on. For your information, how do we actually measure the composition of greenhouse gases are in ppm. For an example, 7 years ago, I remember coming across statistics that say the presence of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is about 405 ppm, meaning 405 parts per million. But just yesterday, when I was searching the internet, the data showed that the amount of carbon dioxide has shoot up, and today the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is at 432 parts per million. So this data has proven that humans are irresponsibly causing a huge or an escalation of climate change. We're actually speeding up towards climate change and we're not slowing down. So how do we actually solve this? Because if we're going to go at this current rate for a few years to go, we are all going to collapse because the ocean, the ecosystem there is going to collapse. The ecosystem on land is going to collapse. And humans will all collapse because even now we could already see the food insecurity. We can't even get food properly. We can't even get quality, organic, safe food. Today we have about 8 billion people. And in 2050, scientists have actually predicted there are going to be about 10 billion people residing in the earth. So just imagine the amount of land that is going to be deforested to actually grow agriculture to feed humans, and the amount of carbon dioxide that is going to be emitted because we are continuously using transportation. We are flying here and there, we are driving here and there, and then we are actually shopping a lot. So the amount of natural resources that we'll be using up to manufacture and construct things are going to be huge, and the world is not going to be able to bear all this. So the best way to actually address all this issue will only be to reduce the population. Overpopulation is so bad for the environment right now because it will also cause an easier spread of disease. We don't have enough resources for all of this too. You could actually witness what actually happened when COVID came about. It spread so easily, and especially at countries with a higher population, their qualities of education is weaker, their qualities of facilities, services are weaker, and people are all going to be dying quicker in such region because diseases spread better and easier. So are we going to just let this happen? For your information, let's look at the effect of climate change. So when the world is actually heating up, icebergs will actually start melting. So when these glaciers started melting, all these trapped virus and bacteria will actually start being released into the atmosphere. So this would actually maybe bring in new pandemics, deadly problems to the environment and to humans especially, because we all die from such things. These have been trapped for so many million years, so just imagine stuff like that. Not only that, but as icebergs start melting, the ocean will actually rise in level. So the sea level is actually rising at about 4.5 millimeter every year. That is certainly a bad statistics or even a number, I would say. Why? It's because when the sea level rises, the ocean becomes higher and it becomes darker, right? So when darker it is, the more heat it will actually attract. So the more heat would actually be trapped into the ocean, and this would actually cause the whole ecosystem inside there to actually collapse. Why? It's because all these marine animals, the plants in there, they will all have shock in their system and they're all just going to die. They're all going to go through extinction. And this is going to be so bad because we humans have been in the food chain at the highest level, and now when each and every one that's before us is actually already collapsing, then we are doomed. We are doomed. Climate change will also lead to ocean acidification, right? Because coral reefs are also going to die. They're all going to collapse. And coral reefs, for information, are so vital to humans, right? Because they have been the foundation of the ocean ecosystem itself. So when they collapse, the whole ecosystem of the marine life collapse and human will also go down in life. Not only that, but also when climate change happens, things are going to be so unpredictable. As you can already see, there's flash floods everywhere, and then there's also heat waves suddenly here and there, and it's unbearable. On top of that, many people actually dying from heat strokes. Not only that, but also rainfall is actually unpredictable. Back then we could say confidently that the rainfall will only be high during November to December, but now even middle of the year we are actually facing all these rainfall issues, flooding. Everything is becoming so unpredictable. This is climate change. What happens when weather becomes unpredictable is that no matter how expert you are, you can never detect what's coming already. And our food insecurity is just going to be at all-time heights, because farmers, even they can't predict when it's going to rain, when it's going to be sunny, and what to plant and how to actually yield a high amount of crop. Nothing can be done because everything is already dying. It's unpredictable. The system is shocked. The soil is degrading in quality. The quality is going down because microplastics are everywhere. Trash is everywhere. The land quality itself is so weak. So there is not much that the farmers can actually do unless they actually invest millions into restoring the quality of soil before they actually plant. But do you think farmers are already that rich? No, they are not. So that is why we are no longer going to be having this food that we actually have today on our plate. So now it's time to question ourselves. Time to ponder, how could we actually reduce the effect of climate change or even decelerate climate change? Is it irreversible? I can't actually give you that answer right now because I don't want to give you fake promises or even scare you too much. But the truth is, each and every one of us play a great role towards slowing down climate change or even the effect of it. One is certainly by reducing your plastic usage, by taking care of the environment, by not littering, by recycling so that the natural resources will not be excavated and used to generate new items. You recycle your items. Not only that, but cut off meat from your diet. Do you know that vegan and vegetarian diet is way better for the environment because the animal industry gives out about 25% greenhouse gases? And that I'm talking about the amount of trees they have to cut down to clear this huge land for animals to actually grow, graze the grass freely everywhere. And all this agriculture, 70% almost of their production is actually used to feed the animals to grow bigger in size to feed you humans. So don't blame the vegans and vegetarian when forests are cleared to actually grow soybeans and so on, because this soya plant and so on, all these grains are mostly for the animals. It's to feed the animals, and the balance goes for humans. So we could actually end starvation today if only we say no to meat industry. Let the meat industry collapse, let the dairy industry collapse. When we eat healthier, we will actually live a healthier lifestyle. We will not have sick, we will actually live longer, and we would actually be able to share love towards our friends, which is animals. Now, I truly hope that you have learned on ways to actually play your role, because I believe you who are actually watching this video is actually important as I am today in this world, because we are living in this God's gift. So let's make a positive change and protect the environment, because if you're just going to keep blaming the government or the politician, nothing is going to work because they might not have the brains or even the knowledge that we have today. So keep spreading awareness. If you have actually made some positive changes in your daily life towards a reduced carbon footprint, put it in your social media, flaunt it, share it, let people watch you, let people ask you why are you doing this, how is it going to contribute towards a better environment. You can start spreading awareness that way. So that is exactly how I'm actually doing, and I truly hope that this video has actually impacted you and made you ponder about what you could do to actually protect this one and only mother world that we actually have. Thank you.